Definitely.
True.
Shit. Let's get back to that destruction. You know what I mean? What the nature tell you about hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis, etc. It says that they are the justice forces of nature. The prophet said if love, truth, peace, and freedom fails, we must implement justice. And that's what you're seeing the world over. And the truth of the matter is they know who we are. They know what time it is. They're listening. They're paying close attention. The people that are not paying the attention are the Moors that's supposed to be putting these signs together. They are, like I was saying earlier, they are so busy and ignored with fighting amongst one another that they cannot even set political goals together. I mean, you know, just let's go a step above business and all that, just political. There were too many signs given that they missed. Let's run through this right quick. You know what I mean? When the Father Allah came, and he had the crescent, the seven, and the star, the Moors in the temple being what? Being masterminds, because if you're in the temple for that long, what it said about John the Harbinger, being in there 18 years and going through it. You've seen the seven, you've seen the crescent, and you've seen the star. Now he had, from my research, the Father-in-law had some interaction with the Moor while in Mattawan prison by the name of Allah El. Now I don't know how trustworthy the source is, but I came across that in research. My own father will tell you, who's a 5%er that walked with the Father-in-law. The Father-in-law revered Noble Drew Ali more than he did Elijah Muhammad.
No, well then, Shamgar.
I mean, he had to have that to design that flag.
Exactly.
Yo, the thing I think, yo, like, when you look at,
like, what is it that they got against him so bad?
It's what it is. I mean, it's a lot of misconceptions, a lot of misunderstandings.
they should have been getting that Clarence 13X. They should have been getting that Elijah Muhammad. They should have been getting that all of those leaders back then that perpetuated.
In and of itself, like they become larger than life figures. Like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was a larger than life figure. And so you got all these people who would do anything for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, to the point that they deify the man and forget that he still breathes like everybody else, and he's gonna die one day.
True indeed.
You know, no matter how many whatever conspiracy theories you want to throw around it, he really didn't die, massacre Muhammad saved him, whatever. He still had to go through it. Everybody got, like, it's gonna fade. They're gonna be gone. I see people that idolize Farrakhan the same way. I see people that idolize Doc. But you get all these, and this is the same thing that happened with the temple. And to the point where they allow it to split into three, literally. You know what I mean? And into different splinter groups. And all of them taking their pieces and seeing what they see from what the prophet left. So you got, I mean, you see that the teachers just ain't great. Like, and everybody is in the book. He wrote that in the book, like it's in there for a reason. A man's ideal is his God.
Yo, Doc said the illest bar about Farrar. He said, so I went to the Nation of Islam and I asked, well, if Fard is Allah manifest and he's the all-supreme being, no spooky, no spiritual, whatever he said and all that stuff, what was he standing on when he created the planet Earth? Yo, Doc hit you with some questions. The only question he asked the Moorish Science Temple. Isn't this the Aquarian gospel? Now we have debates coming in.
Yeah, you can get into it with a question like that, though.
And still, the old heads missed the sign.
They never addressed it. And that's the issue. Like, you can't let that shit go unchecked.
Mm-hmm. And that made Doc appear as if he were right.
Because, exactly.
So now we putting things.
You got all these people.
What that meant? Like, it didn't help him.
It didn't help who?
The prophet. He said the book of Moorish science is. You say no. He helped himself help us. Help ourselves. What you talking about?
He gave, like, he did what he was supposed to do. And a lot of people, like I said, and that falls on the Moor.
That's right.
And I say us because we Moor.
That's right.
We black. Hold on. What you talking about?
Yeah.
You know, that's supposed to be addressed.
See, like if I was
but
at a
we was
lecture.
too busy. No, I'm the real successor.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm the real.
Right.
No, this is the real brand body. No, you totally missed the point.
If I was at a lecture, I would have to challenge or whatever. Yo, I'm sorry. I'm trying to follow you here. But you said black people? Yeah? That's it. You know, that's it from there. Yo, you just lost your whole lecture. You just lost your whole show because now you got to stand there and describe a fiction. You got to describe something that does not exist.
Let me drop something too.
And we know that the forerunner must be sacrificed to bring forth the king. Right? That's what the Moorish, you know, the Holy Quran for the Moorish Science Temple. Herein, the Moorish Quran. It teaches us that. It's all throughout the religious text. You know, John had to get sacrificed first.
So what? So you're saying this? You escape? Like you saying this? That scapegoatism is good? Like,
No. I'm saying, look at the example, because if they ask me that question, I'll give them examples that they can weigh side by side and be like, now think about it though. How was Noble Drew Ali able to amass the same amount of money that Marcus Garvey was amassing? Status. He said that a beggar nation cannot attain to its spiritual heights. It is impossible. It is almost, excuse me, impossible for you to be twisted in the game and maintain high spirituality in a world of wants and needs. It's just impossible.
No way you know.
Yeah, right. Another thing too is like, so you think about the metaphysics and the people that's into the metaphysics, and they always down talk on paperwork. Why y'all doing paperwork? That paperwork ain't doing y'all no good. That's white man's paperwork. Why y'all wasting time? But when you think about metaphysics and why are you into metaphysics, what's the purpose into metaphysics? Is to be able to manifest something, you know what I'm saying, somewhat instantly or somewhat, you know what I'm saying, from without doing any real work as far as getting your hands dirty. I mean, when you think about this paperwork and us filling out this paperwork, and why are we filling out this paperwork? It is to put us in a better position, you know what I'm saying, to be more, you know what I'm saying, like you metaphysicians want to be.
The Albion ain't never respect no paperwork. Why you think he gonna respect your paperwork?
The thing is, the paperwork is dealing with technicality, and they do respect technicality.
My response to that would be, you know why? Because they had the wrong paperwork.
Exactly. Technicality. Wrong.
They had the wrong paperwork.
So you telling me that the reason that Albion ain't gonna respect paperwork is because
Who said
it's
that
wrong?
Albion don't respect paperwork?
Yeah, they do, but that's what they say.
You know, who said that? What example? Prove it.
Who said that?
Show and prove.
They do
Number
respect
one.
it.
First off, right, let me just address the whole nuclear bomb shit. Like, for one, if you think dancing around fires and shit is gonna stop a nuclear bomb, you got you fucking up. For one.
Alright. There you go.
Yeah, something.
Two, because I want to, you know, this. I mean, if everybody got on the African spirituality shit like they say, and then that was magically do everything, let's remind ourselves that everybody was on African spirituality when they got their ass whooped. For one, let's just deal with that. But when you start talking about nuclear bombs and things of that nature, let me ask you, are you any different now than you were 26 years ago? Other than, I mean, are you really any different? Like when you were conceived, when that sperm popped that egg, you was just as strong then as you are now. It's a process. You was just, everything just had to take its course. Nothing just happens just like that. Unless, it just don't happen just like that.
Well, what about
process.
What about
It
people?
starts with the paperwork too.
What about people who got the capabilities to do rituals and bring entities here and manifest stuff, and that can do you harm? What about those people?
Well, the only
I could do the same thing.
yeah.
I could, I could sue your ass and send some lawyers after you. Entities coming to get you.
The thing about it is, like,
If you want to play the paperwork
on
game, because the paperwork is a ritual too.
It's ritual spells in there.
Right.
thing
You
about
have
it is,
to, you gotta write that. You can't just go write anything you want and present that. You have to structure it a certain way. You have to word it a certain way. You have to say certain, like if you want somebody to respect you, you don't go there and say, will you please respect me? No. If you really want somebody to respect you, you step to them and demand that respect. You have to know how to articulate those demands on paper.
True.
You can't just go anytime. That's a ritual. It's a certain way to do that. You see what I'm saying?
So you're saying that Whitey gonna respect the paperwork that y'all put out?
Well, here's the deal. Well, Mr. Albion does respect paperwork. He respects it enough to file it on you. He respects it enough to give
Albion
you.
ain't never respect a treaty with nobody.
Nobody respects treaties.
Right, but they all come to
They all
they
honor.
have to come to
They all-
an agreement.
They all
I mean,
honor treaties
Right, they honor them.
Nobody
They can
honors a
break
treaty
them.
until you bring it up.
until you break them. You understand? You want to talk about they always mention the Native Americans. Look what they did to the Native Americans. They broke those treaties. Understand that we're not Native Americans. We're just not Native Americans. So we have a treaty where we are the grantor of the treaty. Native Americans have treaties where they are the subject in the treaty who are given privileges and are given certain given rights. So you don't want to talk about treaty stuff when you're talking to us who know about treaty stuff. So have you searched and researched treaties still standing in force? I doubt it. And the fact is they honor him. Oh, what happened to Saddam Hussein? He broke certain agreements in the treaty. And they proceeded to take certain steps to make good on that treaty. Or to make good on the agreements. Everybody, you have to respect the paperwork, and you're respecting paperwork by going and file it to get a driver's license, to get a permit, to whatever it is that you do commercially is guided by paperwork. There's no way of avoiding paperwork. You want to manifest something, take it from mine and you put it on paper.
Now,
I'll be like, you don't respect my paperwork? That's what I asked him. You don't respect my paperwork?
And
I'm just saying, I'm asking you, do you respect my paperwork? Because you obviously respect their paperwork.
Yeah.
Obviously, you respect their paperwork enough that if you pull out your wallet right now, you have their paperwork inside your wallet.
But you do too, brother.
No, I have my own paperwork inside my wallet.
So you don't got, no paper, their paper. Don't you use their currency, brother?
What is currency? It's current. Using the Albion's current. Where does he get the current?
Plan for everybody. What y'all plan on doing?
Well,
I'm not doing nothing that's above anybody. We don't think we're better than nobody. But what we are doing is first correcting people's status. Well, actually, first we gotta change their state of mind. So that's what we're doing first. Like you can't affect the change of your status until you understand that the status that you exist in now is not where you belong. Nobody can really teach you that. That's something you gotta learn on your own. I can point you to. I can tell you what I did, but that might not necessarily work for you. Until you understand that black status, that is second class, and that is the stumbling block. That's that number one obstacle, the last one we gotta get over. Till we realize that, then we're gonna be in that little state of limbo. Not we, because I'm gonna say we, but it's not gonna be as tough for everybody. Like it's not gonna be that hard for us.
So what do y'all got planned? Like
you know what I'm saying?
Like
He
what's
brought
the
us, he brought us our nationality,
We got government in place.
our religion,
That's what we
entitled to our bastard state. So, knowing this, we have to take the model that he used that got Garvey in trouble, but not him. Not in trouble, but conspired upon, pretty much. And we're gonna implement that same business model in 2010 now time, because we're living in the perpetual now. Period.
I mean,
When you think about what is it going to take, Prophet Noble Drew Ali's told us, he said it takes finance to uplift a nation. What are we doing? First and foremost, we're formulating our nation. You know what I'm saying? Once we formulate our nation, then we can properly conduct business with other nations versus conducting business as we have been in the past as individuals, you know what I'm saying, which is limited. You know what I'm saying? The capacity is
so what does building a nation consist of? Like what is that?
First of all, we have to look at the first element that is going to take to uplift this nation. That's finance. So that's the first focus.
If I could disagree with you, the first element is love.
True.
That's the first element. Our people have to understand. They have to understand the religion factor that the prophet brought. And if I don't got love for you, I just can't do business with you. And that the people look in the mirrors and don't have love for themselves. They identify themselves as something they are not. Something they are not. That's the number one. Everything else will fall right in place.
indeed.
Because it'll be the one channel opened up, which can conceivably be us on Blog Talk Radio. Thousands of listeners. I told thousands of listeners. I told thousands of listeners. Moorish American Party. The message started getting out. The brothers really have it going. Let's open up LLCs, consolidate them into LLPs, link with them brothers, and do the same exact thing they're doing with their businesses.
And we bring that with love. With love, we offer the foundation to build yourself upon. Because we build a nation by building the people. To build the people, you have to show them the love that they have desperately asked for. And with that one principle alone, of course, we spread into several others.
So what are y'all? So what y'all
So
just
here's
talking
what-
about love?
Here's with love, here's what we bring.
This is what comes with love.
This is what comes with love.
This is what comes with love.
With love, we bring an expertise that has been bubbling in my commercial mind for a very long time.
I mean, look
And
at
with
us.
that, it means corporations, which have been already incorporated.
Look at us. We love ourselves.
Several of them. We love ourselves enough to look good at all times because we know Moors must look good at all times.
That's right.
You know, indeed. So we bring opportunities to hire the multitudes of people, thousands and thousands of people. We offer benefits that you so desperately seek, benefits of Social Security equivalent benefits, where your family is actually left a legacy and not debt.
That's right.
Where we're talking about leaving wealth for the nation, wealth for the families in the nation. We bring a place where you can come into, aka the temple. This is where you come in and you can be yourself, learn yourself. So we offer all spectrums of life. And to be able to live life abundantly, you must have abundance in the material world.
It's like, look, sister, you ain't got to strip no more
Definitely.
to get through college.
We have the college.
If you want to go to that college,
Murakush.
then we have a plan for you.
So what is it, Captain Sabo? This is what we doing?
I mean,
This is Captain Liberate the People, because the nation is already there. We've been told that the nation.
what did the prophet say? What did the prophet say? He says, within me, I have a latent ability. I believe I read that in the Murakush files. A latent power. Everybody has a latent power.
Would you say the prophet was Captain Saberhold? He was bringing.
He was.
Sister out of the
He
world.
was. We got to make sure we're doing it for the right reasons. You know what I mean? And we're not just doing it for, you know what I mean? We got to be doing it because we're doing it to save them. Period.
Definitely. Like you
say
said, though, we stand on those principles. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
That's right.
I mean, everything else gonna fall into place.
You're right.
Stand on the
But the
principles.
courtesans,
Stay on the principle.
Stand on the 5 principles: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
including the courtesans.
That's right.
And we know what the courtesans are.
Some of us in this room right now, probably all of us, were the courtesans that Jesus, the prophet, the prophet,
Well, courtesans.
Noble Drew Ali, peace and blessings be upon
Well,
him.
the courtesans meant the prostitutes.
Yeah.
Courtesans was the
And
prostitutes.
the
They were
thieves.
the courting.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm
thieves.
bugging.
You
The
were the
court. I
thieves.
mean, I was trying to say it in one
Indeed.
in
Indeed.
one sentence. The
Thieves,
courtesans
yeah,
and the
courtesans.
definitely.
Certain people can carry this out.
Yeah. We're not even editing that one. We're not editing that one. We're not even editing. But that's who we were. That's who we were in that time.
Yeah, we gonna cut the whole part, but yeah, we gonna get to the corners.
Nah, we gonna keep that bar.
That's
We
what
gonna
I'm-
keep that in there.
That's
That's
what
what
I'm,
I'm
you
talking.
know.
Straight up.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. We can keep it in there.
Nah, I mean, because I researched a lot of the. I didn't
No, I'm
research
just
the course.
saying,
I just, you know what I mean? When you're looking, when you're reading the 48.
I'm just saying
Look, when
that
you read-
part. Well, we were the thieves in the courtesans.
When
as
you read
male
the
and
48
female.
laws of power, one of the terms you keep saying is courtier.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that when I seen courtesan,
Yeah.
that
That's
was
the female version of. I guess the male.
I got schooled on something I should have been sure.
Nah, that's all good.
I mean, I looked up all other words in there that I didn't have abstinent. I never knew.
I wouldn't know.
Good.
I wouldn't have known or had an inkling if I didn't play Assassin's Creed Part 2 and see that they call the actual prostitutes that when you go out and you gotta make deals, you gotta shield yourself around the shorties. And they call them courtesans. So that's the only inkling I would have had of that. That's deep.
But that's us though. We the thieves and the courtesans.
Yeah.
And I mean, they just not really all around, but you know, some of them are, and you know, some of them may be attached to us right now. And like the prophet said in the opening of the Moorish Quran, that man tarries upon the plane of soul. You know what I mean? For ages. So